Kefir just recently announced the saddest news they have ever shared. After hearing the news, I literally just laid on my floor for like 3 hours in a mini depression. But after grieving it and contemplating about it, there are 3 things that I thought of that I think might cheer us up. For those of you who have not heard the news, Kefir just recently announced that they are postponing Frostborn's global release for some time. And we don't know when the release will be, but it sounds like it's now again far away off. This is of course extremely sad because it seemed like it was coming. In fact, in the last update, a lot of my subscribers saw new servers being placed, servers we've never seen before. 3 new servers for Europe, several servers for Africa, 2 new servers for the Americas, and more servers for Asia, but I don't know exactly how much, because even though a lot of you guys have been sending me pictures of these servers from your phones, I didn't get any screenshots from any of the other servers. So we don't know how many servers there are, but there were a lot. And so it looked like they were getting really close to having global release ready. But obviously with this announcement, it is clear that something has messed with their plans. Now I know that some of you guys are gonna immediately be like, oh, Kefir, like they can't do what they say they're gonna do. And you're immediately gonna go negative. And I don't know if that's like something that you just enjoy doing, but honestly, to me, it's a little annoying when you just immediately assume the worst. Because I don't think that that is what's going on here. I don't think that Kefir, I know a lot of people are like, oh, they announced it too early, or these different things. Honestly, if it had been out, you know, I don't know when, this week, I think it would have been fine that they announced it when they announced it. And the fact that it's being postponed just means that they're doing a really good job with it. That they don't want to put something out there just to make money. They're not going to put something out there just to start it going. They want to make sure that they launch it with perfection. And I definitely value that. Obviously, I am extremely sad. I spent over 100 hours on videos in preparation for global, which I'm going to talk about that a little bit later on. But no matter how much it hurts me, I obviously want them to wait until they can do a perfect job. And it sounds like from the poll that I did last week that almost half of you guys agree that you really want them to make sure to take their time to do a really good job. 14% of you aren't as sure. You really want it to come out now, and I'm really sorry if I contributed to your excitement. I'm just really excited about Frostborn. I'm very sad that it's taking a while, but the reason that I'm so convinced that this is a legitimate mistake and that they didn't do something wrong is because I think what happened is that they have a lot of content that they're not showing us, right? I mean, it doesn't make any sense that they would be able to make probably over 1,000 changes. They made a completely new game with Frostborn, and then 2 weeks later they come out with new update with a completely different world map with graphics that are 2 to 3 times better. There is no way that they could have made that many changes in only 2 weeks. So clearly they have stuff behind the scenes. So I think what happened is they had developed this awesome game behind the scenes that the devs are testing with each other. And then they said, okay, I think we're ready to go ahead and do a global release. Let's start implementing all these changes. So they start dumping all of these changes into the game, and we're like, whoa, they're doing so much work. It's not that they haven't been doing this work all along, but it looked like they were doing it all of a sudden because that's what we as gamers are seeing. And then they're getting ready for global and they do another thing, and then we're giving them feedback, and something with the feedback or maybe the technical difficulties or something in that process, they realized we need more time. So it's not that they were thinking, oh, let's do it, let's push real hard like we haven't been pushing hard all along. They already had the game kind of made behind the scenes, and I have no clue what else they've made behind the scenes. We don't know as gamers. We only know what they are willing to show us. Who knows? Maybe they want to build more content behind the scenes before they release it so that they can have lots of updates when it comes out. Maybe they were having technical difficulties with making sure that iOS and Android were cross-compatible. Who knows what the issues were, but clearly there are so many things that could go wrong when you're porting the game from, you know, what the devs have to us. So we're back in closed beta, and trust me, it hurts me more than it hurts you guys, but ultimately we want to make sure they're doing a good job. And what gets me even excited about this is because this really confirms a lot of my theories that Last Day on Earth is more of a testing ground, and Frostborn is something that they are going to create that's just perfect. It's not just another Jurassic Survival or Grimsoul Survival, even though those are good games and I cover all of those games as well. They are trying to create that next level game, that multiplayer concept that we've saw with Last Day on Earth, we thought, oh, there's a lot of potential in this. They are trying to create that, and they want to wait until they can really change the world with it. And I think they are not gunning for, hey, let's have another successful Last Day on Earth. I think they're gunning for, hey, let's compete with Supercell. Let's compete with Activision. Let's become one of the biggest game companies in the world. I honestly believe that's what Kefir's doing. I realize some of you are going to laugh at that, but I think Kefir's got big plans and they've got big dreams, and I think they can do it if they're smart and they play it well. And I know a lot of people are skeptical about Kefir, and that's because they just keep so many secrets. I mean, they just won't tell us release dates, they won't tell us what they're doing behind the scenes, but sometimes secrets can be kind of fun. As long as they turn out well in the end, we're all like, oh, I'm kind of glad you kept a secret because we're happy that you did what we wanted you to do. We were nervous the whole time, but once you did it, we're like, okay, cool. You can keep as many secrets as you want. So with this new information, this makes a big difference on my channel, right? I was just ready to jump in on Frostborn and cover every aspect of the game and really just go all at it. And now I'm stuck with all of my plans are foiled. Over 100 hours of work put into videos, and I've got nothing to show for it. And now some of you I know are going to want me to just release those videos, but I don't want to release them. And the reason for that is because when I release a video for Frostborn, YouTube really penalizes me. Less than 3% of the world can play Frostborn right now, so YouTube does not like Frostborn. And every time I make a video on Frostborn, YouTube's algorithms just penalize me. So furthermore, I would hate it if those videos became out of date by the time global does happen. So what I've done is I've saved all of the files, I've organized it to where I can edit them, and when global is coming, I am going to tweak with all of the new updates, everything that needs to be tweaked in those videos, and then when global does come, I will release those videos. I've already done that work. That way, I'll still probably lose some of that work as they make changes, but I won't lose all of it, and I won't end up releasing a video that will get out of date by the time global actually does come. So I'm going to be waiting on all of those tutorial videos I made. I know that's going to make a lot of you guys sad, but ultimately I've got to look out what's best for this channel, and releasing tutorials on a game that only 3% of the world can play is not very smart. That being said, YouTube is far more generous to gameplay videos, so I will continue doing the two most popular Frostborn series on the gameplay channel. And in addition to that, a lot of you will be happy to hear that because of the success and how much fun it has been to make the free-to-play solo series in Frostborn, I'm going to be starting a free-to-play solo series for Last Day on Earth. Obviously, Last Day on Earth isn't quite as diverse as Frostborn because it doesn't have multiplayer, so that free-to-play series will probably eventually get stale, but I'm sure we'll have at least 30 amazing episodes, and our gameplay channel team has gotten really good at editing videos, so we'll be able to start out having really high quality Last Day on Earth episodes. And then if that series goes well and we get a lot of traction from it, then I might start another one for Grim Soul Survival. And then we might do Jurassic Survival or Westland Survival. It really depends on how much you guys are liking it. We obviously don't want to make content that isn't interesting and exciting. So if you guys are not subscribed to the gameplay channel and are interested in that Last Day on Earth free-to-play solo series, then make sure to subscribe to the gameplay channel. Well, that's it guys. Sorry to bring bad news, but ultimately I think Kefir is doing the right thing by making sure they release Frostborn when it is truly the perfect game that we are wanting. All right guys, see you next time.